Dracula. The name evokes chills and nightmares. He is a creature of the night, a fiend who feasts on human blood. But Dracula is more than just a fictional monster. He is a figure steeped in history and legend, inspired by a real-life prince known for his cruelty. Vlad III, Prince of Wallachia, was born in 1431. He earned the name Vlad the Impaler for his brutal method of execution. Vlad's reign was a time of terror for his enemies. His name became synonymous with cruelty and bloodshed. Centuries later, Bram Stoker stumbled upon the dark history of Vlad the Impaler. He was captivated by the prince's ruthlessness and the legends that surrounded him. Stoker saw in Vlad the perfect inspiration for a new kind of monster. Thus, Dracula was born. Stoker's novel, published in 1897, introduced the world to the aristocratic vampire. Dracula was both alluring and terrifying, a predator who preyed on the innocent. Vlad III, known as Vlad Tepes or Vlad the Impaler, cast a long shadow over Wallachia. He was born into a time of conflict and uncertainty. Wallachia, located in present-day Romania, was caught between the Ottoman Empire and the Kingdom of Hungary. Vlad's father, Vlad II Dracula, was a member of the Order of the Dragon. This chivalric order was dedicated to defending Christianity against the Ottoman Turks. Vlad II instilled in his son a deep hatred for the Ottomans. Vlad the Impaler's life was marked by violence and intrigue. He was held hostage by the Ottomans as a child. This experience hardened him and fueled his desire for revenge. Vlad's brutality was not random. He saw it as a way to maintain order and defend his realm. Stoker was drawn to the historical Vlad's ruthlessness. He saw in him the potential for a truly terrifying villain. Dracula, like his inspiration, was a product of his time and environment. He was shaped by conflict and driven by a thirst for power. Vlad the Impaler ruled Wallachia with an iron fist. He was known for his harsh punishments and his unwavering pursuit of his enemies. Impalement, a gruesome form of execution, became his trademark. Vlad's preferred method of impalement was slow and agonizing. Victims were impaled on sharpened wooden stakes. The stakes were often oiled to prolong their suffering. Forests of impaled victims became a common sight in Wallachia during Vlad's reign. Vlad's cruelty was not reserved for his enemies. He was also known to punish his own people for perceived transgressions. He believed that fear was the most effective way to maintain control. Despite his brutality, Vlad was also a skilled military leader. He successfully defended Wallachia against Ottoman incursions. He used guerrilla tactics and psychological warfare to demoralize his enemies. The vampire myth predates Bram Stoker's novel by centuries. Ancient cultures across the world had stories of demonic beings who preyed on the living. In Eastern Europe, where the Dracula legend took root, vampire myths were particularly prevalent. Folklore spoke of undead creatures that rose from the grave to drink the blood of the living. These creatures were often blamed for unexplained deaths, illnesses, and misfortunes. Belief in vampires was widespread in rural communities. People developed rituals and practices to ward off these creatures of the night. Stoker drew inspiration from these ancient myths when crafting his vampire. He incorporated elements of folklore, such as the vampire's aversion to sunlight and garlic, into his novel. Dracula's ability to shapeshift into a bat or a wolf also has roots in European folklore. These creatures were often associated with darkness, evil, and the supernatural.